everyone! Welcome to PST Channel, Game Story, Movie Style, for your busy days. Today, we're covering the complete, heartbreaking story of Cyrene and the Eternal Page lore. This is an epic tale of sacrifice across 33 million time loops. Here on PST, you'll get the full story like a movie, perfect for busy fans who love deep lore. When creating the 33,550,337th Eternal Recurrence, the Trailblazer arrives at the starting point, 80s Elysia, and meets a new Cyrene, who's in an adult body. March 7th and Dan Hung appear to state the initial plan. They both, who have now become two of the Titans, will fall asleep according to the time of Amphoreus, waiting until the Trailblazer uses the power of Philia to finish creating the outer world. As for the Trailblazer, he will fall asleep after finishing the world's creation and will wake up in the era of the beginning of the Core Flame Chase prophecy. Before departing from Elysia, Cyrene says that she will take the Trailblazer to a certain place and explains that the reason she is in this adult body is because she accepts the memories of over 30 million Cyrenes of the Eternal Recurrence, which she had forgotten and had been rejecting all along. Cyrene brings him to the great tomb of the Nameless Titan, saying this is the place where her identity originated, and tells the truth about Demiurge and Cyrene. On the Astral Express, everyone is discussing the plan to attack the Irontomb. They will have the Astral Express crew search for the Irontomb inside Amphoreus and attack the Irontomb's body inside Amphoreus. Meanwhile, their group and the allied forces from the IPC, Zhenzhou Lofu, Planet Screwlum, and Herta Space Station will attack the Irontomb's entity body outside Amphoreus. Herta uses the fourth mirror to send everyone's hologram into Amphoreus. Himeko's group arrives at the Vortex of Genesis, installs the Trailblaze beacon, and contacts the various allied parties. Himeko's group enters the world of Amphoreus. March 7th brings everyone to Dawncloud to wait for the Trailblazer to awaken from Philia's body at the designated time. On the other side, Herta and Screwlum arrive at the Demiurge Matrix to search for traces and the truth of the 13th Titan to find a way to fight the Irontomb. This matrix is the first matrix that was destroyed by Xander, Lygus, detonated Stellaron back at the beginning of the Scepter experiment. Screwlum summons a ship to use to travel into the Demiurge Matrix. The two travel into the deep part of the Demiurge Matrix and meet the outer Amphoreus entity of Xander, or Lygus, who now has a head part remain because of his body being destroyed by a bomb trapped by Screwlum. Xander agrees to tell the truth about Demiurge, Philia 093, and the connection with the Remembrance. Cyrene explains that Demiurge originated from the seed of memory from the very beginning when Amphoreus was created until time began. Cyrene, or Philia 093, was born in the village of Elysia, along with a prophecy from the Titan of Time. You shall fade when the flowers bloom, for every ending begets a beginning. She grew up until the time of the Flame Chase journey and was killed to create the Eternal Recurrence. With the power of the Remembrance, Cyrene's spirit form was moved to another Demiurge matrix that had originated secretly in Amphoreus after the first matrix was destroyed. Every Cyrene met the seed of memory, which was alone in a prison. She was happy to stay as a friend, telling stories about Amphoreus and her adventures to the Seed of Memory before she was erased by the Scepter system in the creation of a new Eternal Recurrence. And the Seed of Memory waited for Cyrene to come and tell it new stories of Amphoreus again. The Seed of Memory recorded and learned various pieces of information from stories Cyrene told it until it grew into the Bud of Memory, which began to have thoughts, intelligence, and feelings, and its form changed. It absorbed Cyrene's characteristics until it became the Flower of Memory, which had more complex skills, emotions, and a personality that became more and more similar to Cyrene, until the Flower of Memory wondered what love is. Cyrene herself could not provide an answer, until Cyrene number 33,550,336 came to it, pointed to the light that would come to change the fate of Amphoreus, the arrival of the Trailblazer, and gave a book, a pen, and the name Cyrene to the Flower of Memory, so it could leave this prison to find the answer to love and write its own story. The Flower of Memory promised that it would write stories with love and smiles, so it could be the one to tell stories to Cyrene for a change. After Flower of Memory broke through from the Demiurge Matrix into Amphoreus, her memories were scattered, turned into the fairy form of Mem, and turned back into this present form after gaining memory back again. When hearing the story of Demiurge's true identity, Cyrene asked the Trailblazer to keep calling her Cyrene as before. As for Herta, she also understands the story and true identity of Demiurge as the heart of the scepter, which was created from the initial calculations and escaped Xander's destruction. Xander himself also knew about the Demiurge's identity when Demiurge grew up, but he could not eliminate it because of the power of the remembrance latent within Demiurge. But Demiurge itself is too weak to resist the Irontomb's power, which makes Xander still confident that he will win this battle. Herta decides to proceed with the original plan. Herta and Screwlum arrive at the outer edge of the scepter's core. Herta calls a meeting of the Genius Society and reveals her backup plan. If the Astral Express and the Allied forces fail to resist the Irontomb, she will hack the scepter, seize the moment the Irontomb is about to devour Noose, connect herself to Noose instead, and reorder Noose's calculations to change the disastrous events that are about to happen. She demands that the other geniuses do not interfere or obstruct this plan of hers, and closes the meeting to proceed with destroying the Irontomb's seal to open a path for the Astral Express to enter the scepter's core.
Heroes' journeys in the universe are just dice tosses they threw on a whim. But make them see clearly. Your answer is already different. Amphoreus.
Indeed, for this world so deeply loved, will write an ending, unlike any that ever was.
The Trailblazer, Cyrene, March 7th, and Dan Hung arrive at the upper layer of the scepter's mainframe. As everyone travels to find a way into the deep layer, they meet the other Chrysosair who are already here. Maide, Cypher, Castorus, Hyacinth, Anaxa, Hysolins, Serdra, Trinon, Trian, Tribi, and Aglaya. Everyone gives their personal mementos to the Trailblazer and joins them on the journey to fight the Irontomb. They destroy the seal to enter the deep layer of the core.
Losses are a constant on the Flame Chase journey. But even if all is lost to the wind, memory endures.
Here, all that was once futile finally comes to fruition. This is the end of your lonely, bitter journey.
Everyone arrives at the entrance of the scepter's mainframe, which was sealed by Phynon. Herta and Screwlum contact them to report that they have broken the firewall that was sealing Amphoreus, causing the time within Amphoreus to now flow in sync with the outside world. They tell the Trailblazers group to attack the Irontomb from the inside, while the Allied forces will simultaneously bombard it from the outside. Upon arriving at the center of the Irontomb's entity, Phynon's consciousness appears, waiting for the Trailblazers group to destroy him, who is a seal protecting the Irontomb's entity to reveal the Irontomb itself.
That's all I've ever wanted. The epic draws to a close. 30 million cycles of light fading into darkness. Just for this moment. To welcome the true dawn.
They defeated Finon, and now Irontomb's body has descended.
Monarch of myriad machines, my ridiculous creation. The instant in your calculations bears the name Destruction.
Who said you could speak, Senior? Watch closely. See how your chaos ends at the hands of your juniors.
Don't get too worked up. Take a deep breath.
There's not a trace of life in that awful shell.
We're not gonna lose to a hollow husk, right?
In the name of trailblazing, we'll reject this false answer!
The battle was arduous. No one could stop the Irontomb's attacks. The destructive power spread throughout the entire galaxy until it collapsed.
Is irrefutable. The right side of the equation, the erudition, falls silent. In 13 heartbeats, they will begin recalculating the universe. With destruction as the only solution.
In the moment the destruction occurred, Herta hacked the scepter system according to her backup plan, successfully connecting herself to Noose. She contacted the Trailblazer, saying that Noose has looked upon the Trailblazer. She will translate what Noose is saying. Right now, the Trailblazer's choice in response to Noose's question is what will decide the fate of the entire universe. Noose had a doubt that it could not calculate trailblazing, which causes new paths and new discoveries, even though everything will reach the same end. And also that trailblazing might be the fourth factor in the calamity that causes the universe to end, because trailblazing creates endless chaos. It thus asks the question, why still trailblaze? Akavili. The Trailblazer's answer cannot give clarity to the Aeon, but it causes a new path in Noose's calculations to arise. The Trailblazer wakes up in the dimension of encounters. He finds Cyrene waiting for him there. She says there is a way to help everyone in the galaxy, because in the moment the destruction from the Irontomb was about to happen, Philia looked upon Amphoreus, causing the seed of memory within Amphoreus to spread throughout the galaxy. She can see the memories of trillions of souls. She will use the power of remembrance to create a small memory dimension, an eternal page, and go there, gathering these memories into herself for the chance that these memories will create a miracle and restore the galaxy to its original state once more. In the instant Cyrene disappears into that memory dimension, Pom-Pom appears and uses his Trailblaze power to send the Trailblazer after Cyrene. The Trailblazer arrives at the memory dimension, an eternal page, and finds Cyrene, who is now reverted to the form of Seed of Memory, because Cyrene's power and the memories connected to the Trailblazer are weakening by taking in memories of all the cosmos life forms in her body. The Trailblazer decides to gather the memories along with Cyrene, so the memories can be shared between them both. As they gather the memories, the Seed of Memory gradually changes form back into Mem and becomes Cyrene once again.
Gazing up at the sky.
Look! There's a red light in the sky!
Cyrene, wake up. Together, we will.
Tread on the path of remembrance.
No wonder I always had a weird hunch. But that also means I was right in thinking. As long as Friend and I are together.
Cyrene brings the Trailblazer to a certain place to prepare for the two of them to use the power of remembrance and Trailblaze to break through space-time, defeat the Irontomb together, and create the galaxy anew.
If the view in your memory ever grows fuzzy, just reach out and touch it. Then, restore its power to nourish the spirit. My friend, on the next page we write together, there's only one thing we need to do. Let's give this long, painful, nearly hopeless tale a truly gentle ending.
Flame chase was never about destruction. It was about breaking free and trailblazing!
And let that right future
Be as we've written.
energized. Headless giant. If you never had a chance to be the master of your own destiny, why not give us that choice? Let humanity prove to you that even the breeding grounds of destruction can bloom with gentle flowers!
No. We will reject this false answer!
And then, embrace the stars.
To end the destruction with destruction. At last, we can sit together and watch the victory fireworks, partner.
Why not come a little closer? This warmth is proof that we live. Hey, stay strong. Eyes forward, always.
The conclusion is irrefutable. Noos's answer was never destruction. But they kept silent, leaving the solution in the hands of the cosmos.
The Trailblazer wakes up in his own room on the Astral Express and finds all of the Chrysos heir on the train with him. Cyrene comes to meet the Trailblazer and explains the truth. After the Irontomb was defeated, the scepter was extinguished as well, leaving Amphoreus as only a memory. This train is an illusory memory she created so that everyone could try riding the Astral Express once. Now, she has collected all of the memories of Amphoreus in the book As I've Written and asked to hand it over to the Trailblazer to keep so that the Trailblazer will take it on his journey to various stars together and wait for the day Amphoreus will be restored in the real world once again. The 13 of them gather to say goodbye and leave their final messages in the last page of the book As I've Written. But Cyrene left a separate final message in the bookmark regarding a certain decision of hers. Looking back to when the Irontomb was extinguished, Cyrene met Herta in the Dimension of Encounters. Herta came to tell her information she had received from Noos, that the time Noos had calculated did not mean the time the galaxy ends, but was the time that includes the events that will lead the galaxy to its end. And she told her a truth she had just discovered. Philia is an Aeon who will be born when the time reaches its end to gather the universe's memories, causing him to have no real existence in the present. Seeing Philia in the present is born from the power of Philia, who is born in the future, penetrating through time in the past. And the one who will become Philia in the future is the Children of Remembrance. Cyrene, who had gathered the memories of the entire galaxy earlier, now causes her to have an immense power of remembrance, almost at an Aeon's level. Noos had revealed to Herta 2 choices that would happen concerning Cyrene herself. First choice, she chooses to step onto the path of remembrance, cutting ties and being independent from Amphoreus, and will get to travel with the Astral Express in the future as she desires. But Amphoreus will disappear, and a time paradox might occur, with the chance of causing the Irontomb to reappear. The second path, she chooses to sacrifice herself, returning to the past to become a memory that sustains Amphoreus' existence in order to create a timeline that remains the same as the past that had just transpired. Cyrene decided on the second path. She was willing to sacrifice herself to travel back to the past through memory, trapped in the time of the past to protect the future, preventing the Irontomb from ever returning, even if it meant being separated from the Trailblazer and her Chrysos heir friends in the present and future forever. Cyrene entered an Eternal Page dimension. She met another Cyrene, the Ripple of the Past Reverie, or Philia 093, who appeared from memory to journey back to the past as her companion. The walk back into the past to connect the events that happened since the Trailblazer entered Amphoreus made her understand the entire cycle of events, that the image of Philia that she, Philia 093, Trailblazer, and Black Swan saw and heard was actually herself, who had traveled back in time, including the prophecy from the Titan and the hero in her heart that she gave to Philia 093 and Phynon. Cyrene and Philia 093 arrived to the final destination, which is the starting point of her own memory, the place where she, or Philia 093, was born, Elysia, and took the ceremonial blade back with her. The two returned to 80s Elysia during the time of the past, the period of the Golden Era, when Finon's group would be born. Cyrene set up the ceremonial blade at where Philia 093 picked up. Cyrene started to grow tired and weaker from using her memory power to travel back in time. The two walked to rest under a tree, reading the names of all her friends in a book until they fell asleep.
And the gaze that looks back on the world. How fortunate we are. In this cycle of cause and effect, humanity never looks to the gods for guidance. The ones who pick up the pen and write miracles again and again.
Cyrene woke up again and found that she was alone and had returned to the body of Philia 093 due to her fading memory power. This was causing her to slowly revert to the original data form of Philia 093. She then understood her entire story, that Philia 093, Cyrene, Mem, and her demiurge were all the same person all along. Before she fell asleep again under the tree and reborn as Cyrene, who would later join the Core Flame chase journey at the very beginning to connect past events from the future completely.
Light, sky, sea, stars, seeds, flowers, birds, hope, and love. Such words of beauty were how I first imagined the world. For as long as I can remember, I've used them to tell the stories of Amphoreus. And now, this is the last one. A story about tomorrow. Dedicated to you.
Once upon a time, morning glow, scattered light, shone on you and I. Fading poems, frozen rhymes, or traces on the breeze, whispers of past reverie. Please let me linger for now, enveloped in your sound. Love on the pages, the ink our stories penned. No matter how it ends, so do it all again. Oh, stay true, blossom as spring renews, dreaming colors every hue. Tomorrow's eyes to tomorrow's life, while walking step beside you. So stay true, the winter's rhyme anew, woven memories are blue. And like a melody, sing a song of reverie.
And that's the full, heartbreaking story of Cyrene and an Eternal Page. It's one of the most complex and tragic loops in Honkai's lore, but her sacrifice is what makes the story so powerful. Did you enjoy the story? If this inspires you to pick up the game and dive in, amazing! And if you're still deciding, or time and budget are tight, that's exactly why PST exists. We'll bring you the complete story, told like a movie, so you can feel the adventure as if you played it yourself. No pressure, no missing out, just the heart of the game when you need it. Let me know in the comments below. Your feedback is warmly welcomed and truly shapes what comes next. Thanks for watching PST Story.